Hello friends, namaskar and welcome all of you to my channel. Today let's discuss about the student engagement and their role of the feedback in the learning, enhancing the learning journey. Since we are in the academic institutions and teaching is a wonderful profession where we must be updated. Otherwise we would be outdated, either obsolete we say that. So at the same time we would have an expectation from the students, and students are the also the customer of the university, school, colleges. So our job is to how to meet their expectation. That is the fact that I am going to discuss today, friends. So student feedback is very important. So let's talk about the what about the student feedback, which could be defined as a their opinion, observation about any aspect of educational institutions that they are attending. You can say that you are taking some courses related to account, finance, economics, whatever. Then faculty would have some responsibilities too, who define their overall course outline, course plan, like that. Then at the same time a student also expect something about the courses, training. So as a I mean to say that, friends, school management, institution need to collect this feedback following the proper methodology. For example, proper sampling. That means if we have, let's see, the 120 students in the courses, right, whether that is undergrad level, graduate level, or any courses, then if you are just considering about, let's see, the 120, if you consider just about the 30 sample, then probably that 30 sample may not represent the overall population. So your proper sampling technique, I mean to say, that is very important. Next one is that survey design. What type of question would be there? Like you interview with the student, some of the your employment, employer, we see that, so that we could add value to the teaching pedagogy. We could add value to the learning materials, like that, and the methods of analysis too. So the many expert in the field of education, when you do the research in this field, then insist that feedback is essential component for the learning and the motivation. True, that is. And numerous learning theories have been developed, like according to you Leonard 2002, there are four learning paradigms. You can say that main learning schools. One is the behavioralism, next cognitism, constructivism, and the organizational learning. So that is next one is that student evaluation of the teaching. That's very important. That is SET, is an activity for the students to evaluate the teachers teaching effect, teaching quality, including reliability, validity, content, form, organization. That's the management of the teaching evaluation, like that. So it's very important to manage the overall feedback. That is the basic reason there are so many concepts, theories you will find in the area of learning, friends, in the field of educational research. Now let's talk about something about that is all about we say that personally I believe that student need to develop the prior class reading habit. They need to develop their prior class reading habit as per the course plan provided by their faculty. How can we forget about the Ekalavya, a crucial character in the Mahabharata, who adopted the distance learning mode by the way of putting a replica, that is in Hindi we see that pratikriti, even in Nepali that's the same word you would find it, of the Guru Drona, and then practicing the art of your, that's is like we say that archery, that's all about your tirandazi ki kala in Hindi language. Now however these days the students seem to be more dependent on the prepared notes. First case we have here. Next one is the PPT that we provided to them, and other teaching aids that may limit their learning activities. That I believe that, and that is fact too. And as for the feedback of the students provided, they are struggling to understand the questions, concept, and the implications. It basically happen, friends, when you are not joining the class or the training, before reading the study materials, then there might be the puzzle for you. Yeah, you may not be in a good situation. So always good to interact with the faculty. You should ask the question, and as a faculty too, we need to develop such a like your inducive environment. Yeah, you can say that create an environment of learning, nurturing them using the proper study materials in the line of course plan. From the very beginning of the course of the training, we need to provide the course plan. That is the point. Now let's talk about the student feedback role. Sometimes we have received the feedback that contents of the book were not written properly. But usually, friends, that is the faculty provide prepared notes, yeah, concept, yeah, you can say that selected problems, following the main textbook, reference book, yeah, research articles, right? So, my point is that it would be good to read the prescribed books of the course, yeah, good research article, so that you would have a better understanding and you could better like your critically think about it. You should not be bookish, I mean to say that. They in general blame on the teaching about the slides posted were not informative. In generally like as a faculty, when we receive this type of feedback, then our job is to how to create differentiation. You are not going to discuss the same thing that you discussed in the last semester. So always good to try to bring the new things to the students so that the class would be interesting too. So I believe that as a faculty, let's say the of finance and accounting, for example, we need to prepare the contents, yeah, PPT, we say that with creativity, so that we could try our best to meet a student expectation. It's very tough job to meet their expectation, and at the same time it is very top job to the students to meet the expectation of the faculty. So it's very important to is all about your win-win situation, that if they provide the, let's say, the constructive feedback, then we would also develop our skills. At the same time, when you as a faculty provide uh, feedback to the students, is the constructive feedback normally we need to provide so that they could also improve their learning. So no doubt majority of the students appreciate the project based learning than just a lecture based. There must be the project work like so that they could work based on the real data. Let's say they need to let's say analyze the financial statements, yeah, what happened in the stock market, yeah, what is happening in the bond market. This they would be just thinking from the your analytical perspective, yeah, so that they could practice in the in the real corporate world, we see that. So it's very good to introduce the project work in your course plan too, and accordingly you could start your session. Now what about the other faculty friends, we have also some expectation from the students about their learning aptitude behavior come with the prior reading as for the course plan that we normally provide before starting the session or the class, and they more focus on the interaction. That is also the feedback that's very important. Even though we are teaching account and finance, it doesn't mean that you just state the debit and credit and whatever. Then it's always good to discuss the things how it affect the financial statements, yeah, how it affects the journal entry. That's the journal entry analysis, we say that. Yeah, we say that that is the case of your accounting equation analysis. So think differently so that you we could offer them the good learning opportunity. And these days basically I believe that after your COVID-19 pandemic situation, even style of teaching and the learning have been changed, and generally students try to be learned by taking reference of ChatGPT, AI and other sources. However, my suggestions to them, don't 100% rely on these sources, because even the ChatGPT and the AI disclaimer is there, 100% may not be right. So why not to review the our reading good books, yeah, research articles which has been prescribed in our course outline. That is the best thing, friends. Now let's discuss about the summary part. Now as we know that teaching is a great profession. Sometimes we receive the good rating from the students, sometimes we receive the some negative rating, but it doesn't mean that it would discourage our teaching journey. No, that would provide you the basically the learning opportunity. This way we should accept our feedback received from the students, and you could be more updated through the students constructive feedback. At the same time, we could also induce the students learning curve. That is our basic intention. And even there is a need of investment in academic institution for betterment of the students and the faculty overall development. There is a need of investment. It doesn't mean that institution provide the class and no any updated. So always there is a need of the training and the development. Research development is required. What is happening in the educational management, right? Now I also believe that you could add value to the students learning activities through the YouTube contents creations as well. Sometimes students say that yeah, YouTube maybe it's fine, but these days what I observe, so many students they ask for the like a creation of the YouTube. But normally based on their your suggestions, I try to update my content itself, so that no doubt it would definitely increase our communication skill, no doubt, because you would record it and you would post it, right? And you will receive the feedback from your subscriber, yeah, viewer too, and creativity in the organization contents, yeah, even you could be updated what is happening in the like your global stock market, what is happening in the geopolitics, how it affect your overall national economy. Yeah, that is the things I believe that today I just discuss about the big topic. This is about your student engagement and their role of the feedback in the learning. Okay, friends, these are the things that I would like to share today. If you really like this content, please like, subscribe, and also share my channel, that is the Finance Guru, Pawan Kumar Jha. Thank you all of you for watching this video. Please take care all of you. Thank you.